We are currently experiencing a strange wave in time, with the current crises happening all over the world, which has become part of our everyday lives and has created feelings of tension, frustration, and fear for so many. The level of uncertainty and anxiety brewing around has never been seen, and more than ever, it is vital that you make a decision to reset your life, and outline the necessary steps you need to embark on to build a successful life. First things first, you should know that making a decision to reset your life is never too late. And although it takes a lot of effort to move your life to another phase, it's never as simple as wiping a computer, where you just click the backspace button and everything wipes and becomes a fresh page. But it is very possible to reset your life. Resetting your life is one of the best decisions you can make. Might just be the motivation you need to take that big step. Whatever mistakes you might have made, say you were in a long-term relationship where you lost yourself while trying to please your partner, and you want to know the real you, whether you are struggling to find your purpose in life, feeling extremely unbalanced, tired, struggling with the feeling of not being good enough, struggling with the fear of change, always doubting yourself, struggling with the lack of self-discipline to finish projects and set goals, finding the motivation to overcome procrastination, barely hanging on with life, feeling pressured and overwhelmed with all the recent happenings. You should know that you can always hit the reset button, and it's totally okay to start again. Through our journey and stay in life, a lot of things happening, and through the bustle, struggle and quest for improvement, you have to learn how to reset yourself, learn how to unlearn and relearn, how to adjust to the several obstacles, moments and situations that comes your way. Knowing how to reset your life, no matter the situation or phase you find yourself, will create newer angles for you to grow, will enable you to have a clearer insight about life, enable you see newer angles to yourself, and bring about massive self-growth and development. Reset your life program. I know this sounds a lot, but you don't have to feel overwhelmed by these steps. Here are the most practicable ways as possible on how to reset yourself. 1. Accept your past. As said earlier, hitting the reset button is not like a computer where you click the backspace button and every memory is wiped out. Be willing to accept your past and mistakes and move on. If you keep thinking of the mistakes you have made, anxiety might overwhelm you and stop you from being able to take better decisions to avoid making more mistakes. Accept your past mistakes and focus on the future. Some things would never change because they already happened, and the faster you accept your reality and stop fantasizing about how you wish things had happened, the better for you. No matter how unpleasant your mistakes, past, or reason for choosing to reset your life is, you must first accept that your experiences, challenges, and exposure in life are all parts of your elevator to success. As a matter of fact, it is a symbol of strength. It is a sign that despite the scars imprinted on your life, by mistakes, challenges, or obstacles, you can still muster up the courage to face life boldly and massive positive changes. Your past is a part of your reality, but it is dead until you decide to give it life. 2. Develop new habits. To start a new life, you have to drop habits that are toxic or unhealthy and would not lead you to accomplish your goals. And to change these habits, you must dispel guilt or regret and embrace a positive attitude and start becoming aware of what these habits are and take conscious steps to change them. The easiest way to change a habit is to replace them. I have written a proper guide on the several toxic habits you need to eliminate from your life, and a list of positive and important habits you can adopt for permanent changes. It is important to note that bad habits are hard to break, but with consistency, you can stop a habit completely. Train your mind to always call you to order when you find yourself engaging in a toxic habit. You are all you have. At the end of the day, resetting your life is largely a function of how committed you are to the process. Scan your life. Do you have any toxic habit? If so, what are you doing to change it? Answering these questions will give you an idea of how best to approach developing a new habit and expunging an old one. 3. Define new goals and purposes. Get your life together. Checklist. Setting goals is as powerful as the goals itself. Just thinking of your future alone might not get you to your desired place. Develop the art of decision-making, determining to achieve your set desired goals and disciplining yourself to achieve those goals. Visualize yourself as you want to be, because clarity is the most important factor of self-productivity. Merely thinking of your future and what you want to achieve is not as effective as writing those goals down. Unwritten goals leads to vagueness. In 2006, USA Today reported a study in which reporters selected a large number of persons who had made New Year resolutions. The selected persons were then divided into two groups: those who had their New Year resolutions written down, and those who did not. 12 months later, a follow-up research was conducted, and the findings were shocking. Of the people who had their New Year resolutions unwritten, only 4% had actually followed through. On the flip side, of the people who had their New Year resolutions written down, 44% had followed, though. There is a clear difference, and this goes to show the power of writing things down. Setting manageable and specific goals will also increase productivity. Make mini goals to reach your actual goal. Resolve to do something every day that moves you towards your goal and being that better person you plan to be. 4. Consider your time commitment. Time is an essential aspect of our lives, and many of us wish a day could last longer than 24 hours. But sadly, we cannot have more, and we have to make do with the time we have. And so, if you are considering resetting your life, you should look at what takes most of your time and the role it plays in helping you achieve your long-term goal. Hack away unessential things that take your time and don't actually advance your long-term goal. Declutter yourself of things that take up most of your time and energy, but does not improve you significantly. What you do with your time tells a whole lot about how your life would turn out to be. And if you want to reset your life, you should consider managing your time effectively to meet the actionable goals that you have set. You must remember that there would never be enough time to do everything. So do the most important things first and graciously say no to things that do not really matter. 5. Keep your motivations in check. When we do not keep our motivations in check, unhealthy ones begin to emerge, and this would affect the end result we hope on getting. What is the reason behind you wanting to reset your life? This is an important question you should ask yourself. Do some major introspection. Examine why exactly you are making that decision. I must say that if you are taking the decision of hitting the reset button because you feel inferior to someone else and you desperately want to pattern yourself after that person's life, then that is a wrong and unhealthy motivation and might not end up in a good way for you. 6. Set new priorities, values, and standards. This might be a little hard because it takes a great deal of honesty, discipline, and thoroughness. You must make sure your foundation is solid and your ideas align with your values. To set new priorities, give yourself something you can pursue, something you truly believe in and excites you to achieve. What you hope to achieve should be something that brings out the best in you and gives you a more optimistic approach to life. While you are doing a reset on your life, you should reconsider your values too. Consider which values mean a lot to you and conforms with the new personality you are trying to build. You could even write them down for clarity, and every time you want to make a new decision, check if it aligns with these values. To determine your values, you need to check yourself and examine what you deem fit to be correct and desirable in life, especially regarding personal conduct. When you have identified your values, setting standards and boundaries for yourself would become a lot easier. 7. Evaluate your association. You will evolve past certain people. Let yourself. Most times we are ready to make a life-changing decision, but the associations we keep do not make it easy. In other words, you do not feel comfortable making such changes around such kind of associations. If you cannot talk to your closest friends about a big decision you plan on taking without feeling dumb or too smart for them, then you need to change your association. Our associations play a major role in our decision-making and decision implementation. If you want to make a decision about your life, and there are certain persons who constantly make you feel guilty or uncomfortable about that, then you need to change the people you surround yourself with. 8. Get used to meeting obstacles. Life is not a bed of roses. Never has been, and never will be. The decision to reset one's life is one of the strongest decisions one can make. But you should know that there are times your decisions might not work out the way you have planned. If it is a health routine you are trying to start, your body would definitely take some time to adapt to the new routine. There are times you would hit a brick wall and feel stuck. But the idea is not to stay stuck. Getting stuck is not the problem. Staying stuck when you are about to start all over. You must understand that it would not always be easy. And if you have set your mind to understand and accept these obstacles even before they come, you would not feel too overwhelmed or confused when you actually face them. You must also design a future plan to eliminate these obstacles when they actually come. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Take the first step, faith in faith." You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. 9. Embrace your imperfections. The sun is a daily reminder that we too can rise from our own darkness, that we too can shine our own light. Nobody is perfect, and your imperfections are what give you your personality a difference. We live in a world where everyone is living a life of comparison, and most people are just a shadow of someone else's life. Pattern our life based on the shallow knowledge we have of other people, and when we face a challenge, we don't know how to handle it. Everyone is a star, and the best thing is just to know where you radiate the most and shine hard. Adopt a healthier mindset as you reset your life and embrace your imperfections, mistakes, and personality. You have to realize that you are not a perfect being. Things will not always be rosy for you. You have to let yourself be open to embracing your imperfections and learn to live with them. The earlier you do this, the better for you. So, as you learn to reset yourself, you should also embrace yourself in totality. 10. Unplug. Anne Lamott, an American novelist, once said, "Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you." When you type a whole story on your computer and you do not like it or you want to rewrite, the most reasonable thing to do is to clear it all right. And where you clear all the words out, it would become blank, and you would need to sit back and think before you begin to type again. To reset your life, the best thing you should do is unplug from some associations, social media if need be, and even some browsing sites. When you let go, you create space for something better. You need to thoroughly detox, so you approach resetting your life with a clear mind. Hitting that reset button is a decision that only you must make. Unplug from social media if you are addicted and think things through. Unplug from toxic relationships that would hold you back, and calm down to take the decision. Stop everything and patiently think things through. then you can push the reset button. So, there you have it. 10 amazing points on how to reset yourself. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have in creating the life you want, and so do not let negative thoughts of fear creep in. It's time to move on and start that new chapter, and believe in new possibilities. Remember, it is your responsibility to fix things up when you notice that your life is not in order. Again, it is very okay to get stuck in life. Sometimes things are not just going as expected, and that is fine. But at that moment, you need to sit back and reflect on how you can progress. And when you do that, you start to take steps on resetting your life. Sometimes, I tell myself that I will be fine. But deep down, I know that my life is over. My life is a disaster. I wish I could reset my life. I have no idea how to fix my life. How do I get my life together? Can you help with that? I need someone to help me get my life together. I felt his pain. I started thinking about how to get my life together at 19. I know what it felt like to wish to have a human reset button. To Google how to get your life together in a week. To create a checklist on how to get your life together. Or to wish that there was a program that'll teach you how to reset yourself. I have been through these stages, and I can assure you that things are not always easy at all. Thankfully, I did give him a few words of advice from the list in this article, and today, thankfully, he is in a better place. If you do notice that your life is not going in the right direction, you should, as a matter of compulsion, take steps on how to reset yourself. Thank you for reading this article. Knowing how to reset yourself is vital to making progress in life. At a point, you are going to have to pause and take a look at your life, carefully noting things that should be changed. When you get to this point, knowing how to reset yourself becomes extremely crucial. To everyone out there who is still confused about how to go on with their lives, I hope you find peace and master how to reset yourself.